Good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible? Yes. Okay. I'm going to share in this session, I'm not covering any codes. I'm only sharing the guidelines and the normal practices following by the multilingual world in the WordPress. Okay. Going global, setting up and running WordPress multilingual websites. About me and the company, I am Bigul. I am from Kozhikode, Kerala, and I am working for on-the-go system. Actually, I started my career as PHP developer. Then from 2009 onwards, I started to focus in WordPress, and from 2011 onwards, I am working for on-the-go system. Now I am mainly handling their QA task and managing our team. For on-the-go system, WPML is our well-known product, and the toolset plugins, it's a group of plugins for extending your WordPress. And Icon Localize is a service for translation. We can translate websites, Android applications, and iPhone applications, etc. Almost similar to Automatic, we have around 40 people around the globe, mainly are from Europe. And me and Arshad are from India. Unfortunately, he's not with me. This is my agenda. First one, the multilingual website and why it is worth investing. And the second one, what is multilingual site and what is not. For third one, how to turn your WordPress site into a full multilingual website. And the last one, tips and hints. These are the leading languages on the internet. And I got it from a survey conducted on 2010, and this was from Wikipedia. You can see if you go for this link, languages used in internet. Unfortunately, we have in our national languages there are 15 languages. All the languages have millions of speakers. I mean, millions of people are using our local regional languages, but unfortunately, none of listed in this list. Okay, most of them are European languages, and you can see few Asian languages, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean here. These are the benefits of having multilingual. Every website, there will be 2 points of view. One will be the owner point of view, and another will be the developer point of view. We can have a customer point of view also, but mainly we can focus on these two entities. First one, for the in the case of a site owner, first what we will think, you reach more customers. Now it's a era for e-commerce, and everybody want to sell their products. If your website having n number of for example 2-3 languages, it will be very easy to reach customers, because it will not be very easy to get a customer who is reading all the contents in your language. And it will also, while comparing into the e-commerce features, it will give you more professional image also. And it will enhance your website into another point, another level. Then, third point of this, it will increase the trust of your visitors. Almost, if somebody is buying a product from your website, if he can read the line, for example, his mother tongue will be Portuguese or Spanish, he can read the content in Spanish or Portuguese, it will give some more trust with you. And the better search engine visibility, it will help you to get more customers from other parts also, other parts of the globe also. And in the case of a WordPress developer point of view, it will be good to have a multilingual website in our portfolio. It will help you to reach more customers. And after you have done couple of multilingual websites, it will be very easy for you to gain more money by making more WordPress multilingual websites. Then actually it's a very topic for a debate, because there are many policies and many people are following their own guidelines. These are the main two kind of development now following by the developers. One is side-by-side translation. Nowadays, we can translate almost every content of WordPress. If you're using a theme or some other plugins, it's possible to translate every content, including the administration string and front-end string, through the plugins and PO files. And this is the very easy method. Nowadays, plugins are also available for the purpose. You can place Google Translator switcher. You can place it through plugin also. There are 3 or 4 plugins nowadays available for WordPress also. And Google directives. Actually, I am not an authentic person to said about the Google search engine facilities and all those things. Actually, I have collected the material from Google Webmaster Central. Google always try to determine the main languages of each one of your pages if you submitted the website. And in this case, the second one, Google ignores all the code level language info. Still, many people are detecting languages through language attributes. Something like mywebsite.com/lang equal to AR or ENHI, like that. Okay, and Google always not encourage that method. And in the case of we can do something like this, sticking. In one page we can give, for example, if I have page, I can give only English. In the translation page, I can give the Spanish, Hindi, some other Marathi, like that. And using the same language for all elements. In one page, we can use the same same language for all the elements and the contents. Then we can help Google bots to get our website more indexed. Automation translation almost will be ignored. What we are doing with the Google Translator switcher. And we can cross-link all the pages. For the translation links, we can, for example, we have a page called About Me. Okay, it will be written in English. Okay, somewhere in the same page, we can cross-link the English, Spanish or Marathi or Hindi links to that, the page, translation links. Then we can avoid automatic directions. Then always try to put valuable translation content. That's the main problem we are facing while we are using Google Translator switcher, because it's an automatic switcher. So some words, they will translate the words, but in some cases the word will not be suitable to that context. This is the we can designate like this. For example, this site is a French. Main language is French. So we can use the domain name like this, and we can place the language switches where you like. Here it is placed in the top navigation. If it is loaded in default language, we can select the French. Then, and if we switch to English, then it will show the URL. Still, there are this is the most suitable in the SEO point of view also. Some people are encouraging subdomains for website, a translation. For example, I have a website, mywebsite.com. Default language is English. For Hindi, I will use hi.mywebsite.com, and for other languages, I dot that extension. But Google always prefer this SEO-friendly URL. Then the main point of the session, making your website a multilingual site. First one, choose your solution, because it depends upon you actually, because everybody has their own taste, their own prototype, and their own custom requirement also, most depend to your clients. Then install and configure. Insert the language switcher. We need a language switcher always to switch between the contents. Then fourth one, translate your content and keep updated. Okay, we can go to the details. The first one, choose your solution. These are the different possibilities currently using by the WordPress developers or WordPress users. We can say like that also. First one is multiple WordPress installations. This was used, in the beginning of the WordPress era, mostly are used multiple WordPress installation. For example, I have a if I have a website, mywebsite.com, they will create a folder called mywebsite.com/es and install the Spanish version there. Or in the case of German, it will be something like D, then some other. Okay. Then WordPress multi-website, and there will be a WordPress multi-site, and there will be many, sub-site for the relevant languages. And the easy method is plugins. These are the currently widely used plugins in the WordPress for making a WordPress site, extending a WordPress site to multi-language. QTranslate, Multilingual Press, WPML, Stila, XLA language, Polylang. Okay, install and configure. The first point, choose your solution. That's depend to you. And then after installation, first thing we want to make sure which languages we want or our customer want. Then select a URL format. As we discussed before, this is the commonly used URL format. Still, you can also prefer subdomains, and also you can prefer language URL. You can pass the language as a URL parameter. And insert language switcher. Of course, we need a language switcher to translate, switch from one content, one language to another languages. If you are doing a multi-language website, you must need to cross-link all the pages. Then only it will be relevant. Okay, and we need a efficient language switcher. You can place it anywhere. You can place it in the header. You can place it in the footer, and you can place it in the sidebar widgets also. That depends upon you. Okay, but what you want is you need a language switcher that should be working in all the, it should cross-link all the pages that we should monitor. And the main thing, translating your contents. These are the main categories of translating the contents. First one is site title, then pages and posts, categories and tags, images and menus, widgets, custom post type, custom fields, theme location, and theme options. Okay, and nowadays, most of them are handled by the plugins. Most of the plugins are providing the the features to translate these contents, and you can also use PO files. If you are that much efficient, you can use PO files, and you can place the PO files in the relevant directories. It will help you to make the translation. Okay. Keep updated. After you install the website, it will be, after the completion of the, it will be live its own life, because we can't predict what kind of customers are coming, what kind of visitors, from where they are visiting. That's all depend upon the visitors. Okay, and let your website easy to maintain by different users. Actually, in our normal practices, most of the WordPress multi-languages are from European countries, and the normal practices they are following is, there will be an administrator user. He will be controlling all the website, and there will be some other, editor privilege user, author privilege user, or including subscriber user also. They are having certain privileges on certain contents. That may be some custom post type, or some other features. Okay, and what they will do is, they will create the main languages. The administrator people will be only handle the main languages, and the translation will be done by the the translator. No, most probably that will be a non-admin user. They are translating the contents. And always we must think about, while planning the website, we must think about a future enhancement also. We must think about in what level it will be go in another couple of years. And we must make sure of the features and the translation services also. it must to be a good one. Different user roles and different needs. First, they are making our website, hit. So they are the almost very important person after the development of a website. So we must be very comfortable and we must please them because they want everything in a click. They want everything in a click. Okay, and we need a nice and a good interface for them to switch between the languages. So language switches you must have a good role in your translated website. Content editors, there also will not be a much experienced WordPress users. They also need a very easy way to translate the contents. WordPress developers, they are making the translation services and all the, translating the contents and extending the WordPress also. So they need to do it how to quickly, which element to handle. So this is the most thinking part, and there will be some custom policies because most of the websites are, most of the plugins are developed by a group of team. So they have their own perspectives, and their features will be varies from the plugins. Okay, that's depend upon our we must choose the solution to make the WordPress extend to a multi-language. Google bots, yes, Google will recognize the language. We need to we must try to avoid the automatic directives in the while switching between languages. Then they will check also. It is done by it is done by a translator services. Automatic translator services or human. Making it comfortable for non-technicals. Normally, while translating the contents, the normal policies are the administrator will be sending the original contents. If I have a website in Hindi, I am sending the Hindi contents for the translation to English or some other languages. Yes, we can change the second one. Can you change your admin language? Yes, that's also possible. Some plugins are providing that service also, and we can also change our admin languages by changing the WP config value. There is a variable for changing the language. We can change our language too. We can switch, but only thing that our languages must need the relevant PO files in the WP includes directory for switching to the translated language. The language which we are switching. Nowadays, it's also possible if you are using a premium or a popular WordPress plugin. It's also possible to translate your menus. When you are switching to the one language to another language, it is very easy to switch between the menus also. Okay, so menus also nowadays it's also possible to translate the menus. Keep your site updated to all languages. Okay. Normally, this is the method keeping the normal WordPress users as a translators. Okay. Normally, all the WordPress users will be the most of the translators are non-admin users. Okay, so all the plugins have their own features to translate the contents. For example, you are creating a post or custom post type, and you need to translate the content. Plugins are providing a feature to send the contents to translation. So, if I log in as a the translator can in the dashboard itself. Translator can nowadays few plugins are offering that service. Translator can click the translation. The translation link that are sent for the translation. Then he can directly translate the content. While translating, let them see both languages versions because while after sending the languages, it will be very good for the translator to see the both languages. I mean the original languages and what he is translating on the below sidebar, he can view the real content. Always try to pick a qualified translator before you are sending the contents to translator. That depends upon you, budget, and there are many factors related to that. And time is money, be predictable. Everything, I mean the extension of WordPress, almost it's depend upon you, and it's depend upon your time and your money. How much money you are investing, you are planning the features depend upon the money and the time. Okay. First, you must make sure that if you are making a WordPress site, there is in some cases I have seen some people are using more than 60 plugins, more than 60 plugins, and there will be some of the plugins will not be relevant in the cases. So you must take a serious case study before choosing the plugins, because couple of times. Recently, couple of customers have complained that they have inspected through the, I mean, some non-relevant plugins. They are just used for uploading the images or something like that. It is always very easy for a hacker to hack the website. So first try to download or if you are using a premium theme or plugin, first try to understand is they are doing a great business or great support, then choose them. If you are choosing a free theme or plugin, just make sure that they have updating the plugin very regularly, or they having a good, they are following a good standard of code. Okay, that's very relevant, because as I some of the free, plugins and themes are also providing very good support through the WordPress forums. You can see some of the leading forums. Plugins are giving very good support, and including the developers and the users that they are using that plugin or theme are also will help you. So try to pick the right solution for you. Okay. Your site will grow. Think about the future. We must always think in a future point of view. While developing a website, we must think how much it will grow in coming years. So be planned before creating a website. Don't let the e-commerce surprise you. Yeah. Because nowadays, recently I heard that WooCommerce plugin, for example, a WooCommerce hosted website number of the WooCommerce hosted website is greater than Magento. Okay, nowadays people are started to trust WooCommerce as a good partner for their commercial activities. So there are few free plugins available to make your WooCommerce. Okay, I am mainly interacting with WooCommerce. There are other services also like GShop or something like that. GShop also having some multilingual services. So in case if you are going for a e-commerce, from my point perspectives and personal relation with them, I suggest WooCommerce. Okay, this is a best solution available for WooCommerce feature in WordPress now. And they are also having some add-ons, paid add-ons for translation and other features too. Okay, summing up. No SEO, no customers. Don't ignore Google directives. Yes, we need Google for everything in an internet world. We need Google for information. We need Google for visitors. And most of the visitors are coming to our website through Google's. And identify all the elements to be translated. Make sure your plugin can handle them all. Because the best solution to translate a WordPress site is you can use a good performing plugin. Okay, and we can try to translate because almost every plugin are help you to translate each and every content of the WordPress. Okay, and remember there are different user needs. Simplify non-techies life, because we can predict that our visitors or our customers will be a very techy guys, and they will do as what same as we are handling the website. We can't predict that. So try to generalize the features and try to give it in a few clicks at least. Think about, always think about the future enhancements. Once upon, paid does not mean that more expensive. We can, it depends upon you, and it depends upon your budget. Okay, and you must choose when you are going for a paid solution, you must choose how much support they are giving. Because if you are facing a compatibility issue or a version issue, if you are uploading an issue, upgrading an issue, upgrading issue, it will, if a service, if a plugin author is doing a great then choose them. Okay, because almost in the there are many blogs related to WordPress. You can find their recommendations also, and also collect material from, collect suggestion from your colleagues also and your friends. And the main thing is that, for example, if you are going for a paid plugin, most of the paid plugins license will be limited. You can also think that point of view. For example, if you are paying for $100 for a plugin, it will only allow for you 4 or 5 or 10 commercial installation. So please check that perspective also. Always try to treat your customer as a god. Also as a king, better to say. Limit the work you need to do. Think ahead about the themes and plugins compatibility. Always try to, while you are planning creating a WordPress website, always try to limit your time. And time is very important. In my point of view, time is more important than money. I know I am very fast because I am not a regular speaker. This is the first session I am taking outside my colleagues. So I know there will be many questions.
What is theme localization?
Theme localization. Yeah. For example, in the WordPress theme repository itself, you can see the themes. Okay. In the case of theme localization, there will be 2 points of view. One will be the administration point of view. For example, you are developed a website and you are given it to a non-English customer. For example, a French person or example a Hindi person. So he don't know the options of it. Okay. There is I forgot the function name. There is a standard function name. You can find it in the codex. You need to put all the theme strings. Theme will have many strings. You need to put theme strings inside the function. Then it will be some plugins, including my plugin WPML. It will easily scan the theme string for translation. Okay, that is the administration point of view. In the front-end point of view, a user point of view. For example, if you go for, in the case, we can take the example of 2040 theme. If you choose a post, you click Hello World. For example, you click the Hello World link. It will direct you to the details of that blog post. For example, mywebsite.com/hello world, post hello world. There you can see leave reply, comment. Okay. If you are switching your language to, if you are designing a website to a non-English user, you need to translate that. Okay. Some of the plugins, the premium plugins like ThemeForest and WooCommerce also, they are given the privilege. If you are switching your the dashboard languages to some other languages, they are providing, it's only available, not available for the Asian languages, it's only available for the European languages mainly. If you are switching to Spanish or Italian or some other, Portuguese, some other language, it will automatically convert the admin strings and front-end string to that language. Okay.
And how we can create .po file?
.po file is
If I want to make a website or I want to change names in admin panel to Marathi customer, okay?
yeah.
And I want to create my personal PO file, then how we can?
If you go in the, actually in the codex, there is a location, in codex, WordPress codex, there is a good resource for if you search WordPress in your language, if you search Google for WordPress in your language, you can find the good tutorial for that. But the problem is they are currently working on that. They have recently changed a lot because almost one to one and a half months they have changed the contents. So I am not familiar with that. But if you go there, you can find a link for translating the website in your languages. You can choose that. From where you will direct to the, there is a repository for all the languages, okay? You can download the file from, PO file from there. In the case of theme also, or you can use some popular themes PO files, then use PO edit. There is a software, it's an open source software, I mean the freeware. You can download PO edit. From PO edit, you can translate the content to your language. I will show an example.
Can I add a little bit to that? If you want to provide your own translation, I'm here. If you want to provide your own translation in the meantime, because contributing to the core will take a little while. It will need to go via some people. What? Yeah, he's there. I'm talking to him. He's right in front of me.
I can see. Yeah.
So sorry. What you can do is there's a particular location inside your WordPress install. There's a folder which has all the languages.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is create a file in your language. There are instructions for that on the codex, how to name that file. And then in the dashboard where you choose the language, you have an option of English, French, etc. You know that, right? In the general settings there is an option. So you will see your language there, or there are other ways you can use filters, etc. And you can load your file till the time WordPress core has Marathi. And as far as I understand, WordPress already is there in Marathi. WordPress is in Marathi.
No. Only in India, only Indian languages. Telugu is updated. Only Telugu. Only Telugu is updated.
I think Gujarati also there.
You can download if you if you search. I will show you. If you search, look, this is recently I checked the status of Indian languages in WordPress. Only Telugu is updated. If you look te.wordpress.org, you can download the latest version of WordPress in Telugu.
I think Gujarati also there, no?
No, Gujarati is not there.
I think
you can add.
I don't remember. I had seen the languages.
Maybe because from WordPress 3.5 till WordPress 3.5, I can see Tamil. But actually, it was not maintained by Indian Tamil people. It was maintained by Sri Lankan Tamil people. Okay. But unfortunately, now it's not available. Now you can, if you any Telugu people here, you're from. Oh, so you can easily download t.wordpress.org. And what about Bengali? You're not a Bengali. Okay. Then in the case of Kannada also, if you go, is there Kannada people? You're from?
I am from Karnataka, living in Maharashtra.
Okay. Then go kn.wordpress.org. You can download a Kannada WordPress version, but it is in 3.5 or 3.5 version, I think. Okay. This is the way we need to translate the content through PO files. Open the PO files in the PO edit. Then switch, here you will see the English translation. You can do the language, whatever language you need, you can translate here, then save it. Okay. Then there is, I know everybody know that there is an international code for each languages. So try to follow. For example, in the case of English US, it is EN_US. U and S will be in the capital. In the case of Hindi, it is IN_HL. Okay.